is a beautiful day out today. It's pretty cold, but can't complain. All right, here's the car. I got these like new tints on the tail lights. But yeah, we're gonna give it a start. Is also a 5-speed transmission, so you know it's not the 6-speed, it's not the STI, but I still like this transmission quite a bit. Alright, well the first thing I do want to talk about is why I bought this car specifically. When I got this car, I went to a private party, and this guy, he worked at a dealership, so I already had a green flag with that. Not only that, I got the Carfax for this car before I bought it, and I had to see that this car was rebuilt. This car was built by a company named AG Motorsports out in, I think it was like Fort Lauderdale, Florida or something like that. That was the other good sign for this car. The guy was trying to sell it for $12,000. I think I originally talked him down to $11,000. I'll show you guys the receipt. I did get the invoice for what was done to this car, and I'll put it on screen right now. So as you can see, someone put a lot of work into this car, around $9,000 of work. Had a lot of components, engine was replaced, everything like that. And so I talked the guy down to $11,000 at the time. And then later on, I said, hey look, I'm only gonna do $10,000, that's my final offer. And I actually meant that. And then, yeah, I got the car, so I bought it. Also, let me know what you guys think about these headlights right here. Yeah, that brings me to my second topic of why I wouldn't have bought this car if I didn't know that that was done to it. I understand that these type of cars, the owners that have them, there's a lot of bad ownership, and that's kind of just known in this community. But let's just say I'm looking for a car, a WRX for example. You know, there's been 160,000 miles on it. It's the same motor that's been used for the whole time. You know, you're just gonna have problems with that. People like to abuse these cars. They like to put bigger turbos, tunes, not do proper maintenance on these cars. You know, maybe the tune's not all the way correct. Maybe it's too much horsepower for what it is. So you just gotta be really careful with that. You know, I've had people that have bought these cars, and after a week they just blow it up because they don't know how to use it. So yeah, I did a lot of research into this before I bought it, and that's why I think I got a good purchase. Other thing is as well is like, yeah, it would have been cool to get a car with like a Tommy exhaust, super loud, everything like that. But you know, I'm not trying to do that right now. Like if I did get one, I would get one with like a valve system so I could turn it off so it wouldn't be that loud. You know, there's a lot of things that people probably think like, yo, your car is not like that crazy, but you know, that's kind of what I want it to be. Like, I didn't want it to be, I wanted it to be a daily, you know? Like, I think this is a nice daily. Boost gauge right here. I haven't even gotten a Cobb access port yet, but this car just really fits me right now. And I'm not sure the exact horsepower number is, but I'm pretty sure it makes a little over 300 horsepower. It has a TD05 16G. I installed that turbo. It's a billet wheel turbo, and yeah, I'm just really enjoying this car. I think it's kind of perfect right now. Like, I really do. I just think that everything, all the mods I've done to it, have made this car, you know, it's just tasteful. Like, it just feels like a really good solid car. All right, so now for the next part of the video, I want to talk about what are the problems that I had on this car. So I'm gonna keep it really simple. All right, well, the first problem I did have with this car was one power steering line. It's a low pressure one. It was having a small leak. I was getting some smoke out the hood scoop when I would drive the car a little harder. And then eventually it started just spraying power steering fluid all over my turbo, all over the blanket, and just creating a whole bunch of smoke. So that was my first problem. Hose right here is this PCV breather hose. It was cracked and it was leaking oil, and that was causing some smoke as well. I had one of my NOx sensors go bad. It's just right down under there. underneath the intercooler and everything. Basically sits on the top of the engine block, and that went bad on me. That was a little bit harder to replace, but yeah, it wasn't too bad of a problem. Last but not least, we had my turbo, my old turbo go out. There was seals were blown, there was oil getting into the intercooler, into the intake, causing blue smoke out the tailpipe. And replacing that turbo, the turbo was about $1,200. Replacing I did it myself, so I guess that was free. Yeah, that's all the problems I had, and now we're gonna talk about the pricing for it. Alright, so now I'm just gonna put up every single item that I did replace on this car. I'm gonna put them right here, and I'm gonna show you guys how much that cost. So did end up replacing some tubes into my thermostat as well. So I'm gonna show you guys, I did a little edit of it, so here we go. Well, that brings us to the next part of the video, and this part is going to be called "You should have some mechanical skills to own a car like this." You're going to find these type of cars at marketplace, or you see them at a dealership, usually online as well. But I just want to let you guys know, most of these cars are probably tuned. They have modifications. A lot of them have catless exhaust and everything like that. It does help your odds to have some mechanical skills, to understand how some of this stuff works, take good care of it. I mean, you got to learn how to do all of that, right? So yeah, that's what I recommend. Have a good mechanical skills, like, you know, just go start learning about it, start researching these type of cars. This is the next part of the video now. This part is going to be called how to negotiate prices. This might be honestly the most important part of the video. Alright, so how can you negotiate a price with a WRX? Look under the hood. If you find any wet spot, just let them know. Be like, hey, that's a leak right here. Just point out as much stuff as possible. And obviously, if the car has the same engine since 150,000 miles, right? You're gonna find leaks, you're gonna find stuff that's not right. Do your due diligence and just make sure you get a good quality car for the price. And a lot of these leaks, they're gonna cost over $1,000, so you can probably negotiate the price down quite a bit. And the people who are trying to sell these cars too, they want to sell the car for a certain reason. So just understand that. Understand why are they motivated to sell. You know, for me personally, the person that sold me this car, he was motivated to sell because he had to buy an SUV for his family. So understand that's a lot better of a motivation to sell than a person who's trying to just sell the car because there's a lot of problems with it. You understand what I'm saying? So understand your what's the reason why your seller is motivated to sell the car. That's a good thing to understand. Look for problems on the car, oil leaks, anything like that. Obviously drive the car, make sure there's no check engine lights. Have them, you know, put in the code, have them put in a reader, see what codes are stored in there. That's a really good thing to do as well. But yeah. That brings us to the final part of the video. What are the pros of owning this car? And I think there's a lot of pros, honestly. I love driving a manual transmission. I think this is one of the best sounding 4-cylinder boxer engines ever made. We're downtown with it right now. We got some construction going on, but hopefully I can show you guys some sound. We're going in a tunnel or something like that. Why I bought this one in particular is the color. I love this color white. It's aspen white. Also, it's just such an iconic year. This is the 2006. They call it the Hawkeye WRX. But yeah, I'm just in love with the design on this thing. Yeah, that's why I got this one in particular. With all that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. Have a great rest of your day. Hit that subscribe button as ball. And peace out.